There are so many limited edition foods and drinks being released over here nowadays that I find myself stressing about how I should title videos where I showcase them. If I find a solution, you'll know, because you just clicked on it. What makes this mocha special is the hint of sea salt. I'm sure you're all familiar with the combo of salty and sweet, but it's also a classic coffee trick. Add a bit of salt and it cuts the bitterness. That dual effect here is probably going to make this more of a milkshake than even the regular Starbucks. Even by Starbucks sweet drink standards, you barely taste any coffee. The salt isn't picked out as an individual flavor, and instead works to turn this into a liquid brownie. Not one for the coffee lovers, but it is very, very delicious. I've never tried Orzo before. It almost looks like imitation rice. It's pasta formed into small grains. I bet this high surface area works well with the dressing. Looks a little plain, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The Orzo itself is maybe a little mushier than I'd like, but that's made up for by the crunchiness of the capsicum. The dressing provides a dull, tomatoey undercurrent that isn't too harsh and acidic, while the Sunblush tomato chunks are a burst of flavor. This is tops on taste, but the texture could be worked on. Would still be great at a picnic though. And now I'm getting this lingering onion flavor that sets you up for another bite. I am personally very much Team Pikachu. I am not on board with Eevee as co-mascot for the whole IP. I just don't feel it. If you disagree though, there was an Eevee version of this you might still be able to grab. I think they missed a trick though. They could have had the little faces be Vaporeon because you have to add water. Now that is ridiculously cute. There's almost a fried smell coming from it. Let's get one of these little faces on its own. Well, Pikachu doesn't have much flavor. Slightly chewy, maybe a faint prawn cracker flavor. Tastes like fried noodles with soy sauce. The sweet corn's just like sweet corn in any other cup noodle. Simple but deeply savory and moreish. Don't know how long these will be around, but I definitely recommend them. It smells like when you get a bag of stuff from Burger King. Very pricey for a disc of sugar, and I haven't even watched Squid Game, but I have seen some clips, and I know all about this candy. Let's hope I don't make a mistake. Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't expect metal packaging. The price is making a bit more sense. Perfectly intact. A lot of care has gone into this. Stickier and thicker than I expected. Maybe they need to pack it with a desiccant. Okay, focus. Alright, this isn't gonna work. Uh-oh. Just kidding, they didn't come for me. Like I said, it's very sticky on the outside and I'm not sure about that. It's only a thin layer though. It's a denser cinder toffee without the big bubbles, and the flavor borders on burnt despite its light color. As you crunch it, it becomes a sticky, chewy mess. I definitely prefer something like the inside of a crunchy bar, but as a whole, I think this is a must-buy if you're a Squid Game fan. Maybe get a couple and do it as a challenge with a friend. The shapes are randomized. Coffee-flavored things can be hit or miss, but with this being a latte specifically focusing on creaminess, I have high hopes. If the coffee flavor isn't great, I bet it at least won't be too strong. This little disc changes color in the fridge. I wish there'd been an image or something. Got little biscuits here and there. Not many though. Well, the coffee flavor actually is dominant. They went all in. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to describe it in quite a gross way. I drink a fair bit of coffee, and especially on days where I have more than usual, when I have to take a leak, a coffee aroma wafts up. This tastes like that smells, and I am not into that. Everything else about this bar is fine, but that is right in your face, and for me it's a deal breaker. That's all for today. Overall, a solid selection, I'd say. If you were in charge of the Dalgona in Squid Game, what shapes would you make people punch out? Let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Super Yummy Munchie Cat.